Today I'm going to show you how you can use Azure AI Foundry and GitHub Copilot to make your dev life a whole lot easier. This is Vibe Travel, a chat-based app that uses Azure AI Foundry to provide an AI travel agent to help people plan their trips. I'm planning a trip to New Zealand in about 8 months, so I asked Vibey for places to ski. This math isn't mathing. I'm pretty sure 8 months from now is January 2026, and think about it, that's going to be the summer season in the Southern Hemisphere. We definitely need to make our AI agents smarter and give more grounded responses. I can pop into Foundry and see all of the AI agents that we have for this and our other apps. Our Vibe Travel agent uses GPT-4o and has a pretty great prompt, but we need to add some knowledge. We can do this by giving it files with reference data or connections to other services like Microsoft Fabric or TripAdvisor. But I think we can get a long way by just adding grounding with Bing Search, so let's choose that option. Really simple. In addition to giving it access to knowledge, we also give it access to our flight reservation API. And because it's an open API, it just works. Now, let's go back to our app and try our query again. Being able to add data sources or search capabilities makes the agent smarter and far less likely to hallucinate. I could make it even smarter by adding information about hotel discounts or weather forecasts. The possibilities are endless. In about 8 months, it's January 2026, which is the summer season. No skiing possible. That is much better. And you saw how easy it was for me to improve. Now, let's have the agent actually book a flight on my behalf. Adding actions that the agent can perform upgrades the app from a simple question-answering machine to an autonomous agent that can actually do things on your behalf. I could use an action to put that booking in my calendar, or request to book a hotel, or even to request leave from an internal system. Now, these flights look great. You just saw how Foundry made it easy to improve our agent, but there's still plenty of work to do in the actual code. I'm going to use agents in GitHub Copilot to get this done. Let's open Copilot agent mode, which is new, by the way, and I can choose between the most popular and the most powerful models from all the major LLM providers. Agent mode takes GitHub Copilot beyond just answering questions or suggesting code to actually helping me do the work. I can come in here and I can ask, can you show me the issues that are assigned to me in this repository? Traditionally, I would have opened the browser to look at the issues on github.com, but with MCP or Model Context Protocol, this allows you to give tools like GitHub Copilot the context and capabilities it needs to help you. GitHub Copilot will notice that we're asking about GitHub issues and uses GitHub MCP server to get that information. And it looks like I have a few issues assigned to me, so let's have a look at the first one. Now, when I click this reset button in the app, it immediately clears our chat session without a warning. That's not ideal. We should really warn people first. Let's go back to the app, and I can ask GitHub Copilot to help me implement the details for issue number 1 and also fetch the details for issue number 1. I also have this beautiful design that my manager gave to me last minute that I need to add as context to the prompt as well. I hope you can see it. So let me pull up my screenshot for you so you can see that. It's pretty sweet, wouldn't you say? Let me add this to the context window and send the prompt. We'll see Copilot asking for specific permissions to use the GitHub MCP server to fetch the details of the issue. Let's hit continue to allow it to implement the changes in our code base. You can see the GitHub MCP server fetch the details, and with agent mode's new vision capabilities, it means that Copilot can even understand the sketches of what I want. Then it starts working out the issues of what I want to change and figure out how to change it. While it's doing that, let's take a look at the other issue. And actually, I cheated a little for this one. Before I came out, I assigned the issue to Copilot, just like you saw Satya did earlier with the Azure Dev Community website. Copilot has looked at this issue and opened up a pull request for us. Let's take a look at it. You can see here it has a description with implementation details and the code changes that it recommends. We can also see the full session log of how GitHub Copilot implemented this change by clicking this View Session button and scrolling through the changes. Let's take a look at the actual code, though. This looks good, but if I want to add some feedback, I can do that by popping in a comment right in the issue or in the pull request, and GitHub Copilot is going to take a look at it and get started on the work. You can see the little emoji right here. You know, it actually feels really good working on two issues at the same time. Now, let's go back to our editor to see the progress on issue number 1. As you can see, Copilot Agent Mode was able to examine the proposed changes, look for relevant files to change, make the changes as appropriate, and it even stuck to the styles and coding standards that I wanted it to. When I go back to the app, it was able to implement the UI changes that my boss wanted. Let me see if it's running. As you can see, folks, this is live. I don't have time to debug, but once I click this issue, I'm pretty sure it's implemented. Copilot was able to add the modal in our app, and that's 2 issues that we worked on in a handful of minutes. Thank you, GitHub Copilot and Azure AI Foundry. And actually, while I'm here, it's not often that I get the chance to check on Satya's work. So let's take a look at the issue that he assigned earlier. Do you remember it? To add that group size filter to the site. Let's take a look at it. Oh, we're already here. OK, so this is the issue, as you see. And Copilot was able to open up a pull request to start implementing these changes. Let's take a look at the PR. So as you see here, Copilot was able to add the group size filter property. It was able to add the logic for Redis caching, and it also added some testing with instructions. That's pretty sweet. Now, it's also deployed the app to our staging environment. So let's take a look at the deployment. Fingers crossed. Let's scroll all the way down. And you can see the group size filter was added. I do see a couple of things that I want to tweak, but I'll work on that backstage and then push to production later so you can take a look. That's 3 issues in a handful of minutes.